Test, test.
Okay, I'm on.
Non-residential first. Oh, got it.
You ready to go? All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Skokie Appearance Commission for today, March 26th. What we do here at the Appearance Commission is review your submittals for, excuse me, modifications or additions to your project and how they appear to the public. And we won't be looking at zoning issues, but we will look at appearance issues. Part of the process is for us to review comments made by the staff, and we take those into account when we make our decisions. The commissioner to my left will be reading those comments into the record, and so hopefully you will have brought samples of your materials that you're going to use. If you didn't, it's not the end of the world, but it usually is helpful. Before we get started, the commissioner to my left will swear you in. If you're going to give any testimony tonight, please stand up and be sworn in. Can't do it if you don't.
Do you affirm that the testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And before we get started, will anyone make a motion to approve the minutes of the the February meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the February meeting.
Does anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. The first case for tonight is a residential request at 5232 Greenwood Street, a second floor addition.
The applicant is proposing a second-floor addition that includes 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, along with the construction of a new 400-square-foot garage in the rear yard. Staff has no objections to the proposed elevations and notes that the addition will not be visible from Greenwood Street. The applicant intends to use vinyl siding for the addition to match the existing materials on the home.
Just a small correction, we're only adding 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. The 2 bedrooms
Upstairs.
are already existing.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
So I thought I saw on the drawings was a cementitious siding. Is that?
No, we want to match the existing. If we made a mistake, it's going to match, because the entire house upper level already has that vinyl
Vinyl siding. Okay.
in white.
Got it.
So we're just going over a 1-story brick room that's already existing on the first floor.
Joe?
Are you keeping the driveway to the street?
We're building a new garage in the rear and removing the driveway.
Okay, great.
So that's the rear. It already has the white.
So that here, if you go back to that, Brian, please. Those 2 will, it looks like 2 elevations, they stay or will be demolished? The low ones,
One
So we're building on top of the
on top of
existing.
those, got it.
Yeah.
And the garage is forward of that.
The
In the
detached
back.
garage is in the back in the alley. The garage is in the front, and that's gonna get, we're gonna put a window in it. Brian, do we have the front elevation on the drawing? We're making, we're eliminating the garage and putting a window
Got
there.
it. Any comments, staff?
Just glad you're getting rid of the driveway. It's in pretty rough shape, and it'll allow you to do some landscape in front of the brick.
It's a striped driveway anyways, so.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone want to make a motion? Julie?
I can do that. I make a motion that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case 2025-005A at 5232 Greenwood Street as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second. Thank you.
Any opposed?
Thanks.
Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. Thank you, Nate. Good to see you.
So they're not here, or you ask if they're here, I guess.
Sure. The next case is 2025-006A at 9323 Skokie Boulevard. Are they here? Heard a rumor. Going once, going twice, not here. All right. If they do arrive, we'll move them to the end of the meeting and consider. So moving on then, the next case is a non-residential request. The case number is 2025-007A at 5701 Oakton Street, new construction.
The applicant is proposing the construction of a new two-story building to serve as the future location of Niles Central High School, along with a three-story addition at Niles West High School. Niles Central High School is proposed to be a two-story structure located at the southeast corner of the lot near Grosse Point Road. The building will accommodate an alternative education use with exterior elevations indicating a height of 32 feet. The Niles West High School addition is proposed for the northeast corner of the campus and will be a three-story expansion housing the school's administrative offices. The proposed height reaches 42 feet to the top of the parapet. This project received approval from the Plan Commission at its March 6, 2025 meeting and requires review by the Appearance Commission before proceeding to the Village Board. As part of the Plan Commission approval, the applicant was granted relief to install directional signs within a residential zoning district, as well as relief for directional signage exceeding 4 square feet and a maximum dimension greater than 38 inches in one direction. Additionally, relief was granted from interior parking lot landscaping requirements and continuous curbing along the street frontage on Grosse Point Road to accommodate screening modifications.
Hi,
Hi, good evening.
good evening. You want to walk us through it?
Sure. So the area on the site plan, Brian, if you want, thank you, that'd be great. The top right corner is the three-story addition for Niles West that was referenced. And as you move down to the bottom of the site, that red box right there, thank you, is a new Niles Central High School proposed. So as part of that, those projects, as they are on one campus and the parking lots are getting reconfigured in order to improve wayfinding and visitor access to know where to go with the various structures, new and existing on campus, the directional signage in the residential district is being requested, that variance, in order to help with site wayfinding. If you can scroll through, please, Brian, thank you. So this is Niles West. This is the existing conditions. On the left half of the screen, this is a single-story portion right now. That's the existing main office. The proposal is to demo that single story, and that will be the location of the new three-story addition.
What elevation is that? What does
The
that
north.
face?
That is the north, and that faces Oakton.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If you scroll through. So this is looking on the north the picture on the right is on the north elevation, but from the west. So as you turn in, and the picture on the left is standing at the south of the current main office, looking towards the north. So the part on the right half of that picture is the part that would be removed, and then the new three-story addition would be located in this area. This is the current site of the new two-story Niles Central High School. So it'll be located over the existing parking lot in front of the softball fields on campus. So enlarged plan of the Niles West Addition area. Thank you. Proposed floor plans, offices, and additional student function and support spaces. Elevations, the first two stories are proposed to use masonry brick to match the existing building. The new windows will also match the existing building architecture and style. The third floor is proposing a glazed brick, red in color, to tie in with the school branding and wayfinding, as well as provide kind of a prominent location for the visitor entrance.
Is
This-
anything going to be, excuse me, is
Yes.
anything going to be done to the existing elevation, or does that incorporate the existing elevation on Oakton Street?
Nothing will be done on the existing elevation,
Okay.
correct, other than that single-story portion that will be removed.
Perfect.
Correct. This is looking at the south elevation at the top left, and then the bottom elevation is looking at the west elevation. So the part in the middle is a connecting link that will connect the new addition to the existing building. This is a view from the north, so the part on the right half of the screen is the existing building to remain. That was from the earlier pictures we looked at as well that had the banner, and then the part on the left is the proposed new addition. Thank you. Again, the addition in the foreground of the image, the existing building in the background and off to the left. So
So-
this view is standing on that circle drive that wraps around the campus with Oakton Street, kind of behind the flag, let's say.
And so, could you just briefly talk about the materials we're seeing?
Yes, so the red banding at the top is a modular brick material. It's a glazed brick. The beige colors are two tones of actual brick modular size that will match the existing building. Windows are clear anodized aluminum, similar to the existing building as well. And the column wraps on the first floor where there's the overhang are cast stone, which will match the, if you can go to the previous rendering, please. Thank you. The right part of the existing building has existing columns similar in style that are wrapped in cast stone. So that cast stone will match the existing building in nature as well.
Joe, were you going to say something?
Well, I keep going, at the end, I was interested in the landscape plan, if there is one. I didn't see one in the packet. Simply because of the space between the new building and the old building, it's just fenced and there's no trees shown.
Sure. So if we can go back a few slides to the site plan. There is a master landscape plan that has been submitted to
Okay.
the zoning the plan commission as well as the village board.
I assume there was,
Right.
I didn't see it in the packet when I scrolled through it,
If you go
earlier
down to the
today.
next, a couple of pages you just scroll through, I want to see if
Yeah,
the
I
trees
saw
show
it.
up on that plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few new trees and landscaping being proposed around the addition, but that parking that's off to the right, as well as the parking to the north are similar, are pretty much the same geometry as what's existing now.
Yeah, the area between the two, I think, needs a little bit of help, but let's keep going. And it may just be the computer imagery.
Sure. Understood.
That shot there is what I was curious.
That area to the right, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can review that. Part of the balance with the school district is obviously to maintain lines of sight for safety and security.
Yeah.
So,
Back to that one, the pergola elements are,
yes, the pergola elements are prefabricated, a composite material. So there is a partial third floor outdoor space on the right half of that area that's accessible from the third floor area.
is there some sort of railing? Is it glass or?
Yes, so you,
thicket?
if you can kind of squint a little bit, you can see the clear anodized railing at the top of the guardrail,
Right,
right there, and then it is a glass railing.
got it. Okay. All right, I interrupted.
I think that might be, yes, that is the end of the Niles West edition, so I can take any questions for West, if there's any more, before moving on to Central.
I like it.
Go ahead, proceed.
Okay, thank you.
Is the pergola matching with the brick?
Yes, yes, so it'll be the reds will all be coordinated to match. Okay. So this is an enlarged site plan of the proposed two-story new building for Niles Central. So this is the location at the southeast corner of the property, adjacent to the existing softball fields that you can see on the kind of left half of the plan. So next slide, please. 2 stories, proposed learning spaces, school support spaces, a small multipurpose room, and offices. Thank you. In elevations, so these elevations are the main The top elevation is the main entrance elevation, let's say, so it would be the northwest elevation, or excuse me, northeast. The one below would be the northwest. The proposed materials here on the left half, the lighter beige, are precast panels and clear anodized ribbon window systems with glazing that'll be similar in nature to the building across the way, Niles West. The darker materials on the right half will be a darker modular brick, so a dark gray with some light brown flecks. The burgundy red elements are a metal panel on the canopy over the area, and then a metal panel infilling in the ribbon windows where we have mechanical equipment.
Does the metal panel hearken to the glazed brick on West?
The Niles Central is more of a purple tone for that school logo and branding.
Gotcha, okay. So I gotta ask, not familiar with Niles Central.
Yes, so Niles Central is the program that Niles Township District 219 runs for all students in the district for, to provide specialized therapeutic services for students. So these may be students who may come from Niles West for portions of the day, may come from Niles North from portions of the day, but they receive specialized instruction, more focused, or in a different therapeutic setting. The building will also offer various career and vocational learning labs that'll be open to other students in the district as well. So things like personal and pet therapy, or personal and pet care services, hydroponics, aquaponics learning, future alternative energy labs. I think we got kitchen nutrition services labs. So it's a different type of learning model that the district's looking to expand the career pathways and opportunities for their students. So the program currently is housed at the district administration building that's located kind of kitty corner southwest on the site plan at 7700 Grosse Point.
Thank you.
Mhm. And these elevations are the elevations looking from the south of the building. So you may notice a scoreboard on the left half. Because that is the face that is facing the softball field, we are proposing a new scoreboard for the softball field along the first baseline. That would be building mounted. And then the bottom elevation is the elevation that'll be most predominantly visible from Grosse Point, but through the landscaped area.
Right. And the red, I presume, are metal panels again?
Correct, yes.
Got it.
Wait, what did you say about the red is?
Metal panels,
Oh, okay.
and is that a textured precast? Is that the design we're seeing?
Yes.
Is there any symbolism to that?
Yes, it is. The school's mascot here is the phoenix, meant to symbolize kind of rising from the ashes, rebirth, student empowerment. So the inspiration for the shapes was taken from the phoenix rising and kind of the wings of the phoenix.
Okay. Staff?
Oh, thank you. So this would be the view as if you were standing from the parking lot with Niles West behind you, looking towards Niles Central.
I was curious about the mosaic. Is that a mosaic? Has that already been,
It has not.
okay, so this is a wish?
Yes, so the
Okay.
mosaic, the intent with the mosaic is that it may be an opportunity for the students to help create an
Excellent.
artwork piece on the building. So, but that has not been determined yet by the district.
Thanks.
That is the main entrance. Similar to west, on part of the second floor, there is an outdoor area, which is the space that you're seeing kind of beyond. The three linear elements in the roof there are a translucent insulated panel system, similar to a cal wall. So that way it would still provide protection from the elements, but allow access to lighting through it. And the following pages are the proposed signage. So for Niles West, this would be the illuminated signage that was visible on the renderings and elevations. The next page is on the left for Niles Central, And then the 4 signs on the right are the directional site wayfinding signage with the proposed variance request. Those are non-illuminated.
They're red.
They're red.
They're red.
Yes.
You can see them.
All right.
Yeah.
Comments? Joe?
I think it all looks really great. We do review landscape as well. I just want to remind everybody that. And there really isn't a very solid landscape plan as part of this. Its building looks great. I think the colors are really great. I'd like to see more trees, particularly on the Niles West,
Sure.
in between those two buildings. And partly it's because your graphics is it's kind of stark because there's just a fence shown with no,
Sure.
and just grass. But I think a couple of trees in there would really kind of enliven the space. It's, you know, it's used all day by kids, and there should be some trees
Sure.
instead of kind of the institutional grass. And again, I'm fine with the entrance to this is really beautiful architecturally,
it
that
is.
front corner. But I'd like to see some landscape.
Sure.
And this is really for just kind of all of us. I mean,
Softening.
And
Yeah.
we need to
admittedly,
review
there's
these things.
likely some trees that are hidden for the sake of being able to show the building
That's-
in the
that's-
rendering.
Exactly.
But
and that's-
unfortunately, we
with
should have brought the
computer
landscape
rendering,
plan.
I get it with
Yeah, I
Lumion and all that
apologize.
stuff. It takes forever to run
Yeah.
those things. But at the same time, a landscape plan would have shown
Right, exactly.
those trees. So
Yeah, because that would soften the building.
Sure.
Anyone else?
Looks really good.
Like it?
It's really remarkable,
you.
actually.
All right.
You can do that.
Joe, do you want to make a motion?
yeah, if you want me to.
Yeah, please.
All right. I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted for case number 2025007A. I got the right one, at 5701 Oakton Street. I am going to add something.
Please.
A couple of trees between the new addition at Niles West and the original building in that courtyard. Maybe one tree on either side of the corridor.
Sure.
All in favor?
Aye?
Yeah,
Any opposed? No opposed, so passed.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good luck.
Looks great. This is
All right, the next case is back to an old business residential request at 9648 Kedvale, case number 2025-004A.
This case was previously reviewed by the Appearance Commission at the last meeting. The applicant began converting a carport into an attached garage without obtaining the necessary permit. As part of the permit application process, the applicant is required to seek approval from the Appearance Commission. The applicant has addressed the commission's previous comments by incorporating vertical brown siding on the front and rear elevations of the attached garage, aligning with the existing materials on the house where the garage doors are located. Staff supports the proposed revisions and finds that the updated design represents a significant improvement over the initial submittal. Staff would like to emphasize that any building code-related matters will be addressed during the permit review process.
I failed to mention earlier that if there was any concerned parties to any of these cases, you, if it was a previous case, I apologize, you did have the opportunity to comment. Did I miss anyone? I'm going to bring you up then. Please come on up. Please come on up. You got to speak into the microphone, though. No. Sorry about that. It should have been with each case. My bad.
Just put a lifesaver in my mouth and try not to chew in your ears. Thanks, my name is Amy Rubenstein. I live at 5243 Greenwood, so
Okay.
right across the street from 5232. So I just had a question that I don't know. Oh, no, sorry, my husband already answered it. All my questions were answered by the presentation. The question I have for you is, we were not notified about this meeting. We only found out about it because the neighbor to the east received a letter and texted a picture of it to us and said, "Are you going to the meeting?" And as far as we know, other neighbors also did not receive notice of it?
So, the practice here is for, especially for residential cases, to give notice to neighbors on either side, right?
Correct.
And across the street directly, or no?
No, any property that abuts the
Abuts it.
subject site.
So do you qualify for that? Are you on either side?
Across the street.
No.
All right, so
across the
you,
street.
okay, so you would not have been notified.
Okay.
Maybe it's something in the building guidelines that maybe should be addressed.
Right.
If you have to look at it all day long, you'd probably like to know. But
We would.
at the present time, only the neighbors that abut the property are given notice.
Great.
So we didn't do anything wrong this
No,
time.
I wasn't blaming you, I was just actually just curious about.
Yeah,
how it
sure.
worked, so-
That's how it works. And usually word of mouth, covers the rest if it's, if there's a lot of
Right.
concern.
The other neighbor didn't remember receiving anything, because we asked them, but, that's not my place, so I just assumed everyone like on the block would hear. It doesn't affect us that much because the front is not being, the front facade is only changing in that they're getting rid of the driveway and putting in a window, so
Sure,
that'll
right.
actually improve it. So, I'm good with it.
Okay.
My husband's good with it, but that's all, that was my only question.
We really appreciate your comments. I apologize for not bringing you up earlier.
That's okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
We're all
if,
good
if,
then.
if there was any type of zoning variance request, every property within 250 feet would be notified. But the policy changed, I don't know, maybe about 10, 12 years ago. Neighbors in the past were not notified for appearance commission. But then about 10, I don't know if it was about 10 years ago, we started mailing notices to abutting neighbors just to give them a heads up that your neighbor's proposing to do either a new house or an addition.
Great. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone else? Okay. Then, I'll bring you back up, sir. I apologize for the interruption.
Thanks again.
Good night.
Night.
So this is what the original proposal looked like. And the revisions are the last few photos.
It looks a lot better. Hold on to that one right there. Thank you, Brian. The header, for lack of a better word, what is that? Was that existing on the carport? That,
this piece.
yes. Can or will that be wrapped with bent metal or anything?
Yeah, that's actually the original ones. We didn't touch that one since day one.
Okay.
So the only changes we're gonna do is this white color gonna turn into brown. The siding, we're gonna change it.
And there's a picture further on, Brian, showing the corner. Keep going, keep going. No, down. No, yeah, I believe. Anything
That's
else?
it.
That's it? Back up then? Maybe it's a blow up. Keep going down again. No, the other way. The other. I think it's blowing up that one there. Not that one. I'm sorry.
Above, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on with the post. Is there a post on the left hand?
Yeah, on the left hand, yes.
Is that wrapped? Is it naked?
No,
Is
that's
that
wrapped
same
with the brown.
post?
It's the original existing one with the brown in color.
That would be the different, oh, okay.
Well, you gotta remember, there's
Yeah,
a front and a
yeah,
back to this
right.
project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that
right.
looks okay.
So this is facing the rear yard.
That's the rear
That's
yard,
that
okay.
post there.
Same thing,
That's the
facing
same.
the rear
Rear
yard.
yard,
yeah.
right. So maybe it's that one that I was concerned with. Is that wrapped also? Or,
Yeah, currently it's wrapped with white color, so we're gonna turn into brown.
All right, so it's not redone yet.
Not redone yet. I was just waiting for the approval. Once it's approved, then I gotta
That's
change
what
this
it
color
looks
to
like.
brown.
Okay.
And also I will fix the driveway as well.
Yeah, I noticed you did that creatively with Photoshop or whatever.
Yes, my engineer did that.
All right, well,
Are you-
those were my questions.
Are
Anyone
you
else?
replacing the driveway?
Yeah, most likely we're gonna
asphalt?
get rid of the old asphalt and put the new one.
It will look a lot better.
I think the brown is effective, the brown vertical
Yeah.
siding. I think it's more effective than trying to find a brick that matched
Yeah.
from the 1950s. So I think this was the
Yeah.
right solution.
There was, Brian, could you go to the, I want to say it's the site plan or foundation plan. There was something I didn't quite understand. A little bit more. Stop. The attached garage floor plan as built, there's, on the right-hand, top one, those foundations are, I presume those are foundations, for post foundations?
They're going to have to be foundation walls.
Okay.
So this is still going through the
Needs
permit
zoning.
process.
Okay. So, but that says as built. Are they there? They don't look like they're there.
It used to be a carport. There were
Right.
posts there with piers, to our knowledge.
You don't see them in the pictures, though.
No, they're covered up pretty well. There was a carport. It was a carport there previously.
That extended out to those posts, I presume, or?
Yeah, to the existing north wall of the garage. Let me see if I could pull it up on near map.
Okay.
Yeah, this was basically an existing carport with 4 or 5 poses with the concrete and everything.
So the floor in the garage is concrete?
Yeah,
it's
most
not.
likely with the 4 poses because the pose is standing on the concrete, right?
But the area, the floor space, is that concrete?
No, the floor is not concrete. I don't think so.
It's probably just paved.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm not sure how many existing posts there were, 3 or 4, but there were existing posts down to the ground on concrete piers.
Because they don't show up in this, they don't show up in the new drawings. Were
have to
they
support the
removed? And if
roof,
so, is the roof sound?
No, in the drawing it does show the existing pose.
Okay. Because it does support the roof,
Okay.
those posts.
Well, again, I guess that's a zoning issue and it can be addressed there. Joe, do you have any other?
No, I'm pleased with the solution. I'm glad you've got a door on it. Looks like you've got a lot of kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is gonna make everything, I think it's a huge improvement.
Right. Anyone else? No one else? Okay.
I'm happy to make a motion.
One more thing, I do, and I love the fact that you covered your garbage cans with fence.
Thank you so much.
Julie?
Okay.
Anybody in the audience have any comments?
Any comments?
I think we're
Okay.
fine. I already covered that.
Okay, I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case 2025-004A at 9648 Kedvale as it's presented.
Subject to zoning review.
Subject to zoning review.
All in favor? Or do I hear, first, I gotta have a second first, right?
Yes.
Does anyone want a second?
Okay.
Jay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. Good luck. Thank you for working with us on that, but remember, ask for a permit first.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lesson learned.
Thank you. All right,
Okay.
what else do we have for
it.
tonight? Do we have any,
Oh, old business?
Old business?
No,
I
no,
think we covered all of
That was the
that.
old business, yep.
all right, then I think we're adjourned.
Okay.
Next meeting will be in 2 weeks, because we're back on our regular cycle of the second Wednesday of the month.
How many cases do we have?
There have been submittals, so there will
Excellent.
be at least a few.
Things that people are moving.
Okay,
All right, we're adjourned.
awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you. Good job, Tom.
Thank you.